Now, a few days ago, Apple just announced their new lineup of iPhones. And this year, it is iPhone 14s. They have the iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, iPhone 14 Pro, and the Pro Max. Now, I consider myself a practical consumer as I do not upgrade my phone every single year. I really only upgrade when I find some new features that I really like, something groundbreaking, or if my phone is totally messed up. But this year, my chair is so creaky, but this year, I bit the bullet. Or should I say, I took the pill. Get it? More on that later. So these are my reasons why I am upgrading on the new iPhone 14 Pro. Let's talk about it. Hi guys, my name is Ace and welcome to my channel Asiatic TV, where I do product reviews, music, travel videos, and many more. And if you like the sound of that, please don't forget to subscribe. So I just ordered the new iPhone 14 Pro. Granted, it's not here yet. It's still not stopping me making videos about why or my reasons on why I am upgrading. So bear in mind, I'm still using an iPhone 12. Yes, I'm still using an iPhone 12. It's my trusty phone. It's been with me for a few years. Like I said, I do not upgrade a lot. And before this, I was using an iPhone 8. And this is really great. I have no problem with it. Well, really my main problems are the battery life, and it overheats a lot when I use it. But apart from that, things are great. Well, great-ish. Overall, I'm still happy with my iPhone 12, but there are few new features on the iPhone 14 Pro that really caught my eye. So probably the biggest reason that's why I want to upgrade to the iPhone Pro, is the camera upgrades. But you have to listen up because there are some caveats in this upgrade. So the back ones, there's still 3 of them in the iPhone 14 Pro, where the iPhone 14, the normal one, and the Plus one, I think they only have 2 cameras at the back. So on the iPhone 14 Pro, you have the the main one, the wide one, and the telephoto one. So the telephoto one is not upgraded, but the main one is upgraded to 48 megapixel. I'm like, whoa, really? 48 megapixel? Wow. But like I said, there's a caveat on that, so you better listen up. And also the wide angle camera is now 13 millimeters, so it's really wide. It's good for landscape photography, nature photography, anything. If you want to take pictures of tall building, you probably can fit it on that focal length. Depends on how you shoot. By the way, the main camera have 24 millimeter focal length, which is what you're seeing now. My lens on my Sony CBE10 is 24 mm, so you can imagine how wide it is. Also, the camera sensor is now bigger too. It's 65% bigger than last year's phone, which means it captures and gathers more light. Hence, it's good for low light photography. So with that bigger sensor, it can also now handle 48 megapixels. However, those 48 megapixels are quad pixels. So they use a technology called pixel binning. So bear in mind, if you want to utilize the whole 48 megapixel, you have to shoot in ProRAW. So 48 megapixels sounds a lot, but it really isn't, because the output will still be 12 megapixel. But the thing about it is, like I said, with the pixel binning and with the new photonic engine, it's their imaging software, that's what they're calling it. So hopefully together with those combination, it will produce better image. Hopefully, this still remains to be seen. Obviously, we still have to test and look at it, but hopefully, like I said, with the 65% bigger sensor, it will help capture good photos in low light. So with the Apple keynote, it's actually a little bit deceiving if you don't know the terminologies of what they're saying. You think, wow, 48 megapixels, you know, that's a lot. Even like DSLRs, like expensive DSLRs, sometimes they don't even have those megapixel. My Sony CEV10, I mean, it's not a pro camera, this one is a beginner's camera, but this one is only 27 or 24 megapixels and it shoot great, you know. Next up is the front facing camera. So the front facing camera is also had an upgrade, which is now a 1.9 aperture, which gives you that nice blurry image or bokeh. I don't really use it a lot. I use it with my daughter when we go for hiking and going somewhere. We take a selfie together. But generally me, I don't really use selfie. Look at me. Why would I take a photo of my face, man? Autofocus. The iPhone 14 Pro is now has autofocus. Does that mean like the iPhone 13 and 12 and before didn't have autofocus, which is a bit confusing, but nonetheless we now have autofocus. Another feature that I'm really excited as well is the cinematic mode, which is I never had on iPhone 12 Pro. So if you're coming from an iPhone 13 Pro, that's probably not new to you guys, so you probably don't mind upgrading this year because this feature is already in your phone. But with iPhone 12 Pro, we didn't have it, so this one is definitely upgrade and I can't wait to try it. This cinematic mode also shoots in 24K for that really cinematic look with that natural motion blur, and it shoots 30 frames per second as well on 4K, so which is good because typically the 30 frames per second, that's what I normally shoot on my videos. This is not cinematic look, it's more of a television kind of look, like those series mostly they shoot it on 30 frames per second. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that too. And if you like shooting videos like me, this next feature of the upgrade is definitely worth it, at least for me. This is the action mode. Look, I just bought a gimbal a few days ago. I actually have two gimbals and I have GoPro, which is great in stabilization. And this action mode, imagine it's on the iPhone 14 Pro, so when you're doing a vlog or just walking or running, taking a video, sometimes I take videos of my dog when we're in the park and I run with them with my daughter. So this is a great addition for me. I want to test it out because, you know, like I said, GoPro and those gimbals are really good in stabilizing your footage and really good for cinematic kind of shots as well. So imagine having that on an iPhone, it's another level. This is definitely an upgrade if you are coming from an iPhone 12 Pro like me. Another good reason that's why I am upgrading on the iPhone 14 Pro is the up to 2000 nits of brightness. So this is good, especially outdoors. You know, if you watch my channel, I do a lot of hiking, traveling, and I like sunny weathers. And sometimes even when I'm driving, sometimes when the sun hits, when I'm trying to look for my navigation, and then I not typically use my phone for navigation, and then sometimes the sun hits it and I couldn't really see where I'm going. So hopefully that will help. I would like to test that out to see if it's useful for that as well. The iPhone 14 Pro also has a A16 Bionic chip, which is a bigger processor than my iPhone 12 Pro that has the A14. The iPhone 13 have the A15 chip, and the iPhone 14 normal one and the 14 Plus still have the A15 Bionic chip. So this is definitely an upgrade. This is one of the first phones that has this chip, so hopefully we have a better processor. You know how processors are, they change every time, they get faster and faster. So hopefully this will be faster than my old 12 Pro. The only thing about fast processors and all that is obviously it might overheat, so we have to check that out and see. And with my iPhone 12 Pro, this is always one of the problems that I have. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, when it comes to overheating, this is actually notorious. Sometimes it just heats up for no reason, even sometimes if it's just in my pocket. I don't know why. My iPhone probably knows that I'm single, so it's trying to warm me up. I don't know, but yo bro, you know, we're homies, man. So other features that I found interesting in this new upgrade is the always on display. I mean, a lot of phones like Google, because my sister have a Google, and they also already have those always on display. And now like Apple is just joining the party. But always on display, I like it because typically with my iPhone 12 or any iPhones, for that reason, it's like when I'm driving sometimes and I put my phone in front of me, I like to see if there's someone message me or something like that. I want to see the notification. But sometimes when you miss the notification, it dims up straight away, and you sort of have to tap it while you're driving, which is really not convenient, and sometimes it could be unsafe. So that always on display will probably be a helpful feature. But I know for my players out there, this probably might not be a good feature, because you know, you have your hotties trying to like look if someone texted you. But if you're loyal, you'll be good, so you will like this feature. Other things that I was interested about in this upgrade is the all-day battery. I mean, with my iPhone 12, for the first year until a year and a half, it's really good. I can actually use this the whole day without charging. But now I find it easily drains the battery. Hopefully this all-day battery on the iPhone 14 Pro will solve that, hopefully. And if you want to buy a charger, I recommend the Anker brick socket. I have a link on my description down below, so check that out. And the other things that I really like on this new upgrade is the crash detection and the satellite connectivity. These are both safety features, and hopefully we do not have to use them, but it's a welcome addition, especially if worst comes to worst. Granted, with the satellite, after 2 years you have to pay for it, and it's only available in America and Canada so far. So people from the UK, you're on your own, mate. Get me. And the last thing that I'm really looking forward to on this update is the pill. So I was making a joke about the pill a while ago. This is what they call the dynamic island. So basically, it's the notch on the top of your phone that is sometimes annoying when you're watching something, because it's a little bit distracting. But now that cutout is in a sort of a pill shape. That's why it's a pill, and they call it the dynamic island because it moves about and makes different shapes. It depends on what apps are you using. So basically they're in the background and you can able to see what's going on. So it's kind of like a notification. For example, if you're in your timer, your watch, if you have your AirPods on, it will tell you with little graphics, which is fun because they utilize that space, which is actually a dead space unless you're using your camera. And yeah, so it's a nice addition, and I'm looking forward to use that. This is fun, way quirky way, you know. Plus also there's the new one where you can customize your front screen. Apparently you can also change the fonts. I mean, Google and other phones like Android have been doing this for years, so this is nothing new, but it's a welcome addition on the iOS and the iPhone phones. So those are the features that I'm really excited about. Hopefully when I get my new phone, I can test those out and see if they are really upgrades, especially with the cameras and all that. So those are my reasons on why I'm upgrading on the iPhone 14 Pro and not the iPhone 14s. iPhone 14 Pro, I think, has a lot of features. It has a lot to give, especially when you're coming from an iPhone 12 like me. So those are the ones I'm looking forward to, and I'm really excited when my phone comes. How about you guys? What did you think of those features? Are you excited? Are those features also the reason on why you're getting your new iPhone 14? Or are you not even bothered about it? Are you not even getting an upgrade? Let me know on the comment section down below. And I see you on the next video. Peace.